Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' was cracking. It's D about to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Chloe Bailey Gets Sued and Beyonce is Upset. Wait, who she getting sued by and for what? You ain't did nothing. No shade, but I mean, like, anyway. And Justin Bieber concerns fans with his scary appearance. Oh, let's see what's going on with these people. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. There are a few things I want to talk about, but before I do,
y'all go support. Well, no, I can't say so. Go support that.
Now back to the video. This is kind of sad. There has been some pretty disturbing footage of Justin Bieber lately. Now, he was in public. He actually attended his wife Haley's Rose event recently. And some people noticed that he was looking a little off. And people are speculating that he might be back on drugs again, which is really unfortunate.
Which I mean back on? When was he on drugs? Listen, I don't keep up with this man and his life and what's going on with him. I just recently found out about the whole Hailey Bieber thing. Like, I don't know, what, a year ago? The history with that? But anyway, so I didn't know he was on drugs at any point, but I think it's wild to assume that when you have no evidence. Like, that's crazy.
These were the few comments that were seen on TikTok. This is how Liam Payne was acting a few weeks before his death. Just saying,
go to hell. Y'all are fucking sick in the head, and you will never get good things in life when you talk like this about people. These are actual human beings, and saying this sick, weird shit online is why y'all are in a constant state of depression, because this is what you put out there in the universe, and it comes back to you in your life. I hope you know that. Because it's so sick to say that.
In his current state, and a lot of people are concerned about him. Now, we don't know exactly what goes on in his personal life. There were some rumors that he was having some marital issues with his wife, Haley, but he and Haley seem to be putting up a united front, so I don't really know how their marriage is going. Also, you know, Justin does have his share of health issues. He did say that he had Lyme disease. So we can't really assume that he's using. And his team did come out and tell TMZ that he's okay. He's not on drugs. He's thriving. They said the reason why he was looking the way he did was because he was tired after being in the studio all night. I don't know if I really believe that.
Girl, you don't know him.
I do hope that he's not using. If he is, it wouldn't shock me because
y'all laugh on Biebs.
Justin has been through a lot. He's been through a lot of trauma in the industry, and that's a part of the reason why he turned to drugs, to cope with the trauma. And
serious question. When was he on drugs and what were the drugs? I just want to know because I didn't know about this.
It's been rumored that P. Diddy actually did something to him too. I don't know how true that is, but if it is true, it would explain a lot. It really would, but I do hope that he's okay. I don't know. He's not been looking the best, but I do hope that he is okay. Now, moving on, I want to talk a little bit about Chloe Bailey. Poor Chloe. Chloe Bailey and her label are being sued for $15 million by a songwriter who claims that he wasn't paid for the work that he did on Chloe's album, Trouble in Paradise.
I thought she wrote
now,
all
the
her
songwriter
stuff.
is named Melvin Moore. He goes by the name Forrest. And
I mean, usually artists have help, so there's nothing wrong with having help, but I thought that was the appeal. That I would always, you know, see her fans make these comments and be like, oh yeah, Chloe, Haley, they, you know, write all their music, produce all their music, da-da-da. That's what I would constantly see, but I guess that's not the case.
He wrote 3 songs for Chloe, including Favorite, Might As Well, and Same Lingerie. He said that he was never compensated or given credit for his work. And the producer who worked on the songs with him, named Bongo, gave the songs to Chloe, and those songs were commercially released without Forrest's knowledge or consent. Not only that, he claims that Chloe violated his cease and desist when she performed those same songs on her platform. And at first he was seeking $5,000 per song, but after being brushed off and disregarded by Chloe's legal team, he decided to file a lawsuit against Chloe and her labels Parkwood Entertainment and Columbia Records for $5 million per song, which totals to $15 million.
I thought it said $14
now,
million.
I gotta be honest with y'all. I do not see Parkwood or Columbia giving Forrest $15 million. That is a ridiculous amount of money. And honestly, I don't think those songs even made that much royalties for him to be requesting that. So I think that's pretty ridiculous. However, he still might have a case. And in his lawsuit, he is alleging fraudulent misrepresentation, violations of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, civil conspiracy, and deceptive business practices. Now, the songwriter Tiffany Red has been advocating for Forrest and other songwriters through her company, the 100 Percenters, and she has gone into detail about the whole situation and how Chloe's legal team has treated Forrest.
Forrest was not compensated for his work. The splits weren't complete. They registered the copyright in their name and not his. I mean, it's a mess. Now, for 200 days, Forrest and his attorney, Tiffany Morgan, went back and forth with Chloe Bailey's team and Bongo's team. And literally, it went nowhere. They weren't willing to pay Forrest what it was that he was asking for. And honestly, if you guys knew the numbers, you would be like, what? It's ridiculous. So after 200 days, I got involved. I was a fly on the wall in one of the phone calls between Jeremy Moore, who was Chloe Bailey's attorney, and Forrest and his attorney, Tiffany Morgan, where Jeremy Moore told Forrest and his lawyer that he didn't need his consent to release his music. Very, very horrible. So after 200 days, a demand letter that went out last month, they knew this litigation was coming. They decided to continue to do business like this. So a lawsuit was filed.
This whole story is really messy, and I'm really sad that Chloe got caught up in all of this because honestly, I don't believe she would intentionally take songs from another artist. I mean, for one, Chloe
is a perfect angel in Impressive's eyes, okay? She can do no wrong. She would never.
Writer herself. She is a producer, so she knows how important it is for these writers and producers to get paid. But I think the main problem is the business simply wasn't right. And I think Chloe needs a better team. And I don't think she's being correctly advised on how to move, which is why she's in this predicament now. Also, I don't necessarily feel like she's the only person to blame in the situation. The producer, Bongo, actually gave away the songs that Forrest wrote to Chloe without telling him. And they never got a chance to break down who was going to get what percentage. Like, he was completely out of the loop. So I do think the producer plays a big part in this. And also Chloe's labels, Parkwood Entertainment and her parent label, Columbia Records, do play a role too, because it's their responsibility to pay for the writers and the producers on Chloe's album. That's a part of her budget. But unfortunately, with how the business is, if Chloe is not making the label money, that budget that they give her up front, she has to pay out of pocket herself.
Yes, you might get a big lump sum of money in the beginning, or you might have a huge recording budget and you think the label's paying for it, but at the end of the day, you're paying for it. It's coming out of you. Yeah. So whatever you made from that album, you get that after whatever has been paid off. So it's like a loan.
Now, this whole lawsuit has fallen on Beyonce's doorstep because Parkwood Entertainment is her company. And according to Daily Mail, a source said Beyonce is incensed that it has gone this far. This lawsuit is a terrible look for everyone involved. Also, it's being alleged that the communication between Chloe and Parkwood have been breaking down over the weeks leading up to this lawsuit. So it seems like
it said they were petrified of being drawn into a lawsuit about theft or intellectual property. Ooh.
For the weeks leading up to this lawsuit. So
wasn't Beyonce so too?
It seems like things are a bit shaky
Didn't she have an issue also with like not paying writers or something like that?
Chloe and Parkwood. But I don't think this lawsuit is anything they can't handle. I mean, if Beyonce and Parkwood are being dragged into this mess, they're definitely going to handle it. And I don't think Forrest is going to get the $15 million that he's asking for. That's a ridiculous amount of money.
But that's what people typically do. They usually request this outlandish amount, and a lot of the time they will settle. If they have an actual case and they're being honest, then, you know, the company that they're suing will settle for a lesser amount. So
he hardly would have gotten much royalties off of the songs he wrote for Chloe. So
that's not the point.
Asking for $15 million is a big stretch. But I do think he should have been compensated for what he initially asked for. He should have been paid the money. I mean, plain and simple. It wouldn't have gotten this messy if they paid him to begin with. But I do feel bad for Chloe. The music business has not really been the kindest to her because she hasn't really been making money like that from music. In fact, she's been actually losing money by paying other people to write and produce for her. So she did say for her next album, she's going to write and produce all of her music again because it's cheaper.
See, she said it again. That's what I thought she was doing this whole time.
And it won't cut into her budget. But the problem is she won't get paid for producing her own album.
What I really want to do is drop a project that is me 1,000% from production, lyrics, everything. Kind of like, you know, how I produced and engineered and mixed the two of us, my sis and I did almost like 95% of that project. So that was really fun. So I want to do something like that too for me, where I won't really have to, that would be cool, right? I won't really have to pay any other writers or producers a fee. Or just, that's the thing. Do you know that? Like if you produce the project, I mean, if you produce the song, you don't get a production fee. Like if I produce the song, I don't get a minimum $20,000 production fee for producing the song. But if a producer, an external producer that, you know, made the beat, you have to pay them a production fee. But if I did the beat, I don't pay myself a production.
That's crazy.
Musicians don't make a lot of money in the music industry. That's why you see a lot of people, they have brand deals and brand sponsorships. That's where the coin comes from in touring. But like music itself, you're actually losing money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
You want to know something else? I learned
that.
this because I would produce Sis and I's records. Producers outside will get paid a huge lump sum, but because I would produce Sis and I's records, I couldn't get paid because I was the producer within the group.
Now, hold up. You're doing the same work, but not getting a dime from it because it's your own music.
Yes.
Now, how does that
And
make sense?
also, like, I don't know if it changed within Grammys, but, you know, like how they have Producer of the Year. I learned it from Imogene Heat because, you know, she produces a lot of her stuff. So does Grimes, so does Bjork. They couldn't be contenders for Producer of the Year because they were the ones producing their own bodies of work and not for others. And notice how those are just the women I named.
Man, the music industry seems like such a scam. It really, really, really does. But anyway, tell me what you all think about.
I mean, yeah, we've been through this. Artists have been complaining about this for years at this point. But pay this man his money. If he wrote these songs, pay him. It don't matter that the songs didn't do that well to even get that much royalty from it. That's what Impressive keeps saying. Like, oh, those songs didn't even make that much money. So he still wrote the songs, give him his money. And he was only requesting $15,000 for the 3 songs. So he like, all right, y'all playing games. Now I want $15 million. now play with that. So yeah, I think he should get his money. But if Beyonce is mad about this, that's crazy. She's like, look, I don't want no parts. It sounds like she doesn't really want to work with Chloe and Halle like that. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Obviously, I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it's just not seeming like she really is that invested in helping them with their careers. And, you know, she got her own career and her own family, her own problems to focus on. So I'm not going to knock her for that. But, yeah, that's kind of what it's giving. You know, on the outside looking in. But anyway, we'll see what happens with this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you're going to be watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.